One woman's viral TikTok series is serving as a warning to others who are online dating. Across 50 videos, user Risa Tisa told the story of how she met a man online who claimed to be the vice president of a major company. The two got married, and she says she later found out that she was lied to throughout the relationship. The series has hundreds of millions of views and shines a light on some important warning signs. Take a look.
Never thought I was going to be in some sort of Lifetime movie, but I was. He was a pathological liar. He was a narcissist.
If you use or have used a romance app, you don't want to miss this. Romance scammers tell all sorts of lies to steal your hearts and your money. And the FTC shows those lies are working. In 2022 alone, nearly 70,000 people reported a romance scam and reported losses hitting a staggering $1.3 billion, with the average loss being around $4,500.
And joining us now to discuss how to stay safe when online dating is Kimberly Moffitt. She is a relationship expert. Welcome.
Good morning, Cindy.
You know, in addition to the TikTok person we just saw, we see so many movies these days, documentaries about this happening. It's important to say, though, that the woman that we just showed is only her side of the story. But she talked a lot about red flags that she ignored. Why do you think so many people do this when it comes to dating?
Well, Cindy, when it comes to romance, we are so excited to meet the love of our life. And when we find someone, meeting someone in today's day and age is hard enough. And when we find someone that has a few qualities that we think are what we really want, our emotions start to get elevated. We get excited, and sometimes those excited emotions cause us to see this person with rose-colored glasses. And unfortunately, this can be a fun thing. It's very exciting.
Reports show their excuses are often baked right into their fake identities. Claiming to be on a fairway military base is one of the popular excuses. But offshore or rig worker is another common and fake occupation. In short, there's no end to the lies romance scammers will tell you to get your money.
But those rose-colored glasses can also make us see red flags and willfully ignore them. And in my work as a relationship expert, I've also seen people not even see the red flags at all.
So what are some romance scams that people should watch out for when online dating?
So when you're online dating, there's a couple ways that people can scam you. People can scam you of your time, and people can scam you of your money. So when it comes to money, you really want to be looking for things like travel expenses. So if you really hit it off and this person says, oh, I really need some money so I can book a flight to come and see you, you send them the money, and then surprise, surprise, they never come.
Romance scammers pay very close attention to the information that you share online, and they don't miss a beat, becoming your perfect match. You like something? Great. That's their thing also. You're looking to settle down? So are they. But there is one exception. You want to meet in real life, right? And they don't. They make excuses. Why? Because the reality is they can't.
Another thing is that they might ask for money for medical expenses. Maybe they have a family member that's sick, or they claim to be sick themselves. It's something you should watch out for. Another thing is if they just have a really extravagant life, wild things are happening and they've gotten themselves into some trouble, and suddenly they ask for money as a way to save them. These are some really classic schemes that you see online and things that you should definitely be on high alert for.
And what tips do you have for properly vetting someone before going on a date?
Well, in my opinion, it's really important to actually stay on the app until you're comfortable going off the app. So if you are online dating, so for example, a dating scammer is going to try to get you off the app as soon as possible because they want to love bomb you and they don't want the app to flag them. So don't actually get off the app until you're feeling comfortable, until you're pretty sure that this person has a rapport with you. Once you've exchanged numbers, you're going to want to Google that number, okay? Where's the area code? Is it consistent with the things that they've told you about who they are? Do any names come up? So you want to be really hyper aware of these things, and if anything doesn't seem quite right, ask about it. The other thing you can do is ask this person to send you pictures of what they're doing that day. You can always look at the time and location stamps of photos, and if something doesn't line up, that could be another red flag.
Wow, these are really good tips. Kimberly Moffitt, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
We know that romance scammers often use dating apps to target people looking for love. But other romance scams start with unexpected private messages on social media platforms and are becoming even more common. In fact, 40% of people who said that they lost money to a romance scam said that the contact started on social media. 19% said it started on a website, with many others reporting that the scammer then quickly moved the sweet talk to WhatsApp, Google Chat, or Telegram. You may have heard about romance scammers who tell you that they're sick, hurt, or in jail, or give you another fake reason to send them money. But did you know that many romance scammers operate by offering to do you a favor? Yes. They may claim to be a successful cryptocurrency investor who will teach you how it's done. But any money that you invest goes straight into their wallet. In another twist, they may say that they've shipped you a valuable package. Not true. That package will never arrive after you send the money for what they call custom fees. It's all a lie. You send the money and the package never turns up. Reports also show that scammers who convince you to share illicit photos will then threaten to share them with your social media contacts. It's called sextortion, and then those reports have increased even more eightfold since 2019. People aged 18 to 29 were over 6 times as likely to report sextortion than people 30 and over. About 58% of 2022 sextortion reports identified social media as the contact method, with Instagram and Snapchat topping the list.
New data shows Americans lost more than $1 billion to romance scams in 2022. And the reason here, experts say the schemes are just getting smarter.
Yeah, between artificial intelligence, deep fakes, and voice cloning, scammers can more easily deceive people who are looking for love. Tonight, WCNC's Charlotte's Julia Kaufman shares the warning from a Hickory woman who fell for such a hoax.
North Carolina is 9th in the nation for romance scams. According to the FBI, 422 victims lost $18 million in 2022. We spoke with one of those victims who wishes she paid attention to the red flags. Laura Miller is a therapist who offers pro bono counseling. In 2022, a young man living in Africa messaged her on LinkedIn asking for help. He shared an elaborate story about his family falling on hard times.
I felt empathy and sympathy, and I felt bad for him. And so this is what kept me going.
After days of chatting, he tried making things romantic.
He would overly compliment me.
When Miller shut that down, he tried something else.
He then started pursuing, talking to me, wanting to call me mom, and pursued the motherly angle.
Weeks later, he says he got hurt while working.
And he says to me, "Oh, I can't afford the medicine."
Miller sent him $50, and it didn't take long before he asked for more.
"Can you please help us with just $50?
Miller says she told him to stop, but he kept pushing.
That's when I was like, oh, red flag.
Feeling manipulated for money, she stopped responding to the constant messages.
It's all guilt tripping.
Remember, it's completely okay to make a report when you feel that you have encountered a romance scammer or any scammer as far as that goes. This may sound cynical, but that single tall, dark, and handsome millionaire likely doesn't exist. And if he does, he probably has some baggage that he hasn't revealed that you will likely have to live with. On the contrary, that drop-dead beautiful woman with the body of a goddess wouldn't be online looking for a man. If she was a perfect 10, she would be the hunted and not the hunter. Just saying.
Brianne McClellan is the co-founder of Social Catfish, an online tool helping people verify accounts and photos. She says people who have fallen victim to romance scams need to be extra careful.
Unfortunately, when you do send someone money online, they put you on a list. And so they will constantly contact you after the fact because they knew that you were willing to give money in the beginning.
Miller is relieved she was able to snap out of it with minimal losses and block the scammer.
This is why I reported all of this to Social Catfish, because I don't want this to happen to other people.
Julia Kaufman, WCNC Charlotte.
We've reported on several cases surrounding these romance scams and the elaborate tactics from criminals that unfortunately make people fall for it.
The Cash App and gift card scam is becoming outdated for romance scammers. The newest way romance scammers take your money is using cryptocurrency and bank wires. So how can you spot a romance scammer in the acts and stop them in their tracks? Using common sense and remember these important red flags. Number one, no one legit will ever ask you to help or insist that you invest by sending cryptocurrency or by wiring money. Anyone who does is likely a scammer. Number two, if someone tells you to send money to receive a package, you can bet it's a scam. Number three, talk to friends and family about a new love interest and pay close attention to red flags. That means when you are love bombed, followed by a request for money, it's a scam. And number four, try a reverse image search of profile pictures. If the details don't match up, it's likely a scam. In any regard, these salacious interactions are designed to get you to drop your guard. So use your intellect and not your heart when meeting new people. Follow your intuition and never go against your gut. That healthy, uncomfortable feeling that is telling you that it's too good to be true is in most cases the bullseye effect that you need to save both your hearts and your money. We're not just talking dating pains and giving dating advice. We're talking protecting yourself from scammers who have the capability to do irreparable harm to your credit, bank account, and assets. That's it for this version of how to avoid a romance scam. Thanks for tuning in to Southern Confidential. And for more crime tips and stories like these, hit subscribe.